Hey, Nick here. How you doing? Coming back at you. Today's video is about sponsorship. Reason I'm bringing this topic up is because uh, I mentioned it a few times in previous videos. However, I felt that it probably will be good and beneficial for the video, and just for for you out there, just to let you know that sponsorship is something that isn't what you think it is. So I'm going to get into it, so stick around right after this. Hey, welcome back. Anyways, today the topic is sponsorship and what is it. So I'm not going to deep dive into it too much today, but in this video, I believe that it's something that I feel is imperative to explain a little bit, and I know when I used to explain it, or I used to briefly say, what is a sponsor during a meeting or at the tables, it would be something like a sponsor is a person, and a sponsor is a person who is, what we say in short form, not your banker, not a taxi driver, someone that is not going to co-sign your BS, someone that's not going to put up with lies, someone who is in recovery, who has practiced the principles of everything in recovery in their own life, someone that you see that you want to help get you through day to day in recovery. So that's just a brief, and it could be explained in hundreds and different methods of ways, but it doesn't matter. It all boils down to the same thing. A person who can be a sponsor is a person that you see at a meeting. So when you go to your first meeting, usually it's not somebody that you want to first pick up, because you kind of doing a thing called like shopping. Um, you meet people, kind of get a cozy feeling like who's working the program. Now, you're going to hear at meetings, or you're going to hear at the groups, or different fellowships, the men with men, the women with women, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to really touch on the other non-specifics, but what it is usually one addict sponsoring another, is usually somebody that's not attracted through for relations. It's somebody that's attracted through recovery, and that's the way it should be. And that way, you will have that spiritual, ethical recovery that you're looking for. Someone that's going to be there for you like a best friend. And that's who it's, a sponsor should be. Someone that may not actually be your best friend in the beginning. Could be somebody that could be a complete d-bag, or a-hole, um, or somebody that you just don't get along with, but because they have that energy, that spiritual strength, that recovery, that ability to say, hey, look, you know what? You're doing this all wrong. You need to straighten up. Someone that's not going to put up with lies when you're trying to tell them a story, and they're going to say, no, 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 no. That's not going to work here today. You need to do this, and then straighten up and get yourself back in gear. I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying not to use bad words, but I'm definitely trying to say it's someone that's not going to co-sign your BS. Now, when I say, for example, somebody that's not your banker, by all means, a sponsor is not someone that's going to give you money. Absolutely not. They're not going to bail you out of rent if you're in arrears. They're not going to help pay your bills. They're someone to guide you in the recovery process, where they're helping you in your questions and in your journey through the 12 steps, and assisting you in the questions and listening through your pains and the struggles. That sponsor or that person is there for that. And another thing I said is they're not your taxi driver. They're not someone that you're going to call because they have a car or whatever vehicle that's going to get you to absolutely every meeting because you don't have a car, because that's not who they are. An addict with a sponsor, the addict is still responsible to get to their own meeting, to get a meeting whenever possible. When an addict was using, and I can tell you from my experience that I did everything in my power to get my dope, to get my drugs, to get my alcohol, to get my party favors. It didn't matter how I did it. I went through the craziest weather, blizzards, temperatures, the distance. I scammed my way to get to those things. I did everything in my power. I worked hard as an addict using to get my next high. So I had to do everything in my power in recovery to do the right thing and get to a meeting, because I did everything the other way. So it's time to do it in the right way by getting to a meeting. And that's what a sponsor is not there for, is to get you at absolutely every meeting. That's what you're supposed to do as a person in recovery. So, without stumbling all on my words, sponsors also like a spiritual coach or a recovery coach, sober coach, all those things. But that sponsor is to be there to pick up the phone call, listen to the calls, and to take on very private conversations. And yes, that depends from sponsor to sponsor, and it depends from one person to another. But as a recovering addict going to a meeting, we're not there to listen to other recovering addicts listen to their deepest secrets. That is something that they need to do, or as an addict, we need to do to process the recovery portion, or the get into detail and take all this time away from other addicts in recovery when they're at a meeting, just to say what they need to say to get through the day. But these are things that when you're sharing a lot of detail and a lot of intricate information, that is something you share with a sponsor, and things that you need to do to work in the steps. The steps is, the 12-step program is a detailed breakdown of questions and things that help an individual get sober and stay sober. So that's why we're going to a sponsor, someone that's going to help you get through those steps, help you get rid of that baggage. That's where it is. And a sponsor is a person you're going to find in a meeting that has a little, not just, I wouldn't say clean time or sobriety in years. Now, there is an importance to someone that's been in the program for a while, but it's also someone that's working the program, someone that's been in there for a while that has done the 12 steps, and also someone that's using the 12-step program in their daily life, someone that's got it. You're going to find that it's also someone that's going to give in return, right? So it's someone that, like I said, may not be somebody you like in the very beginning, and it's always somebody that you're not sexually attracted to, and it definitely should be somebody of your same gender, because a man sponsoring a woman, not only that seems wrong, will not always know in an emotional level what a female would be going through, or a woman. And that is where the female or woman should work with other women, and it's that way for a reason. It's what the program said. It doesn't actually write it that way, and it is written that sometimes, because of distance and And in recovery, other addicts may need to use someone of the opposite sex just to be that coach, just to make sure they're staying in track until they find someone that's going to be their their solid sponsor. So, but yeah, a sponsor. They say that one addict sharing with another, one addict sharing with a sponsor is, that's what they say in the program. It's two addicts sharing together is without parallel. Getting them through the day and getting her through the day, and at the end of the day, that addict or those addicts are not using. So I hope this clarifies, what a sponsor is in the program of the 12-step program of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous, because a lot of times I always thought that when I heard in the beginning that who's a sponsor, well, we can get paid for this if we're sponsoring, but absolutely not. It's you get paid with recovery. You get paid with freedom from active addiction, and the spiritual awareness is amazing. So that's it for me today. I wanted to keep this short and simple, and I do believe that recovery has given me so many gifts, and my life is fantastic today. So I'll pass this on to you if you have any questions. And a big shout out to a friend of mine that that I like seeing his videos, and I will not say who it is just yet until he says it's, hey, give a shout out. But I thought, you know what, I want to give a shout out, but I just can't today until something that's more appropriate time. But for everybody that's doing videos and podcasts that are doing that are in recovery, hook up with them and hook up with whoever you can. Recovery's phenomenal. I love everything about the 12-step program of Narcotics Anonymous. That's where I'm leaning to more and more in my videos. I will be getting more involved with in the near future with a new project that I'm taking this channel to. And right now, it's basically each video is more of an introduction and getting to know what the program is a little bit about and who I am a little bit about, because I know that I love everything about my life, and I think I like to share more about it and teach everybody out there, and teach you, how recovery can benefit you on a day-to-day basis. So that's it for me today. One day at a time, live life. It's a journey, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye for now.